Shuchiputram atra surupam rupam tasyagrajamuri purim maturim goshtvati Radha Kundamagirivaram Ahoradikamarvasam Rapto Yasa Pratita Kripaya Sri Guru Tam Natosmi Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tidale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah Anandavilamaya Vikrahaya Hemabhaddivyats Chavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasapradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Bhaktya Vihina Aparara Lakshmi Shilpa Sakari Toram Pamorte Kripa Maitam Shanam Prapana Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam Vrinde Namaste Smati Vrinda Devi Ki Govinda Namo Daramadaveti Govinda Namo Daramadaveti Govinda Namo Daramadaveti Govinda Namo Daramadaveti Everyone, Hey Hey Krishna, Hey Radha, Hey Saki, Govinda Namo Daramadaveti Sham Sundar Shikandashik Smrahas Murli Manora Radhika-Rasa-Kamama Kripanidhe Supriya Charna King Kurim Kuru Tavaivasmi Najivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vidyaya Devi Tam Nama Charantikam. First of all, I offer my Sastang Dandavat Pushpanjali, my heart like flowers thousands and thousands of times, at the lotus feet of my holy master, my supremely worshipable spiritual Gurudev, Asmadir Paramarada Tama Guru Pada Padma, and Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad, Ashtotara Satasi, Rupanugacharya Varya, Sila Bhaktivedanta, and Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Secondly, I offer my pranam thousands of the times at the lotus feet of my Param Gurudev, to Srila Prabhupada, to Param Pujapad Nitilila Pravishtam Vishnupada Ashtottara Satsishimad Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj Nitilila Pravishtam Vishnupada Ashtottara Satsishimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj Nitilila Pravishtam Vishnupada Ashtottara Satsishimad Bhakti Rakshak Shiradev Goswami Maharaj and all the Nitya Parika, eternal associates of Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. And I offer my pranam to my entire Sri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Parampara. And finally, I offer my pranam to all my dear brothers and sisters, all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, Vanchakalpatarupasarupasi, Vaishnavis. We are, by the causes mercy of Sri Guru and Gauranga, engaging in Harinam Sankirtan. Why? Sri Shukadeva Goswami said, Nirginam analoyata. When you eat food, you chew it, it goes into your stomach, and then digestion takes place. This digestion, you don't have to think about it. You don't do it consciously. You don't think, oh, some protein is there, release the enzymes. I have to deal with some carbohydrates over here. You don't, it goes on by itself. So in the same way, by engaging in Harinam Sankirtan, naturally, something is digested. What is that? Your Shukshma Sharir. You have two bodies. One is this Sthula Sharir, gross physical body. And inside that, there is a very kind of messy place. Chaotic place. That is the Shukshma Sharir, subtle body, psychological body. Mind, intelligence, ego, and chitta, 4 parts of the psychological body. So in this, there are many lives of sense gratification. There is ego. Who am I? Oh, my name is Herbert. I am from the Czech Republic. My name is Marianella from Bolivia. All quite bogus. This is not our identity. This is ahankara, ego. What relationship do you have with this body? Srila Vishnu Thakur said, just like the Shashi Shringa, the relationship between the horns of a rabbit with the rabbit. Have you seen the horns of a rabbit? Have you seen? The horns. Horns. Have you seen? No. Why? Because rabbits don't have horns. There's no such thing as rabbit's horns. So in the same way, Srila Vishnu Thakur, he said, the relationship between you, the Atma, and this body is like the relationship between the rabbit and his horns. Nothing. Nothing. Understand? So you are shaking your head, oh, what is Prem Prayojan saying? I don't believe it. So that's called Maya. Illusion. Illusion. Ahankara. Ahankara vimudatma karta amitamanyate. I am this body, I am going here and there doing so many things. I am young and healthy and strong and handsome and intelligent. Oh my. Jiver Swarupoi Krishna Nityada. Every living entity only has sambandha, relation with Krishna. No sambandha at all with Maya. But we experience this darkness of ignorance. So very kindly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come with this Harinam Sankirtan. Physical body is there, but the identification with the physical body comes from the subtle body. That is called Shukshma Sharira, or it's called Linga. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Linga Banga Hoi Aneyase, Linga Banga Hoi Aneyase, Jayo Jayo Harinamo, Chidanandam Ritadam, Paratatva Akshara Akaro, Paratatva Akshara Akaro. Oh, glories to Harinam. Sri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai! Paratattva Aksharaka, the supreme absolute truth, supreme reality. Sri Krishna himself has taken the form of these syllables. Ha, Re, Krishna. Hare Krishna. Taking the form of these syllables, he has come. And by praying for the appearance of Nam, never think that you are chanting. Who will lead the kirtan? I will lead the kirtan. What do you think? Don't think you are chanting. Rupa Goswami said, Narad Vinod Jivana Suduri Niryas Madhuri Pura Tom Krishna Nama Kamaspurane Rasena Rasane Sada. Oh Harinam, you who give life to the Veena of Narad Muni. Narad Muni Bhaja Veena Radhikuramana Name Namayamani Udita Bhakata Gita Same Amiyadhara Borashikana. The meaning is that when Narada Muni begins to sing Jai Jai Radharaman, Jai Jai Radharaman, the sweet names of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, then Narad Vinod's Jivana, Narad Muni's Veena begins to play by itself. It's transcendental Veena. Narad doesn't have to do it. He just sings and the Veena says, Haribol, and the Veena starts singing also. Amiyadara Barishagana, and when the Sankirtan begins of the pure Vaishnavas like Narada Muni, then it's as if it started to the torrential rain of Amrita, nectar. Amrita is very rare. All the demons and all the demigods together, and 4 incarnations of Bhagavan have to come just to get one pot. And this nectar was the nectar of Swargalok. You drink this nectar, you become lusty like Indra. And start running after the wife of Gautam Rishi. You drink this nectar and your good karma goes down. Because by doing karma, good karma, you go to heaven, you can drink it. So every time you have a sip, your good karma is going down. And you become lusty. So this nectar is not nectar. But the Namamrita, transcendental nectar, destroys all lust, destroys all karma, and drowns one in the ocean of loving service to Radha and Krishna in the Nikunjas of Vrindavan. So not one drop, not one part, but when Harinam Sankirtan begins, then Amiyadara Barishigana, torrential rain of nectar, transcendental nectar coming from the sky. Are you experiencing it? Why? Sitting in kirtan and holding on to the Sukshma Sharira.
Protože my, když sedíme v kirtanu, tak
Holding on to the Sukshma Sharira, the subtle body.
mentální tělo.
This Harinam Sankirtan is to digest completely. Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, we are doing bhakti. Why? To destroy our mind. No mind left, digested. Finished. No mind. Linga bang. Linga banga hoya anayase. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying in the song Jai Jai Harinam, by this Harinam, destruction of your Sukshma Sharira. So, Gyam Vilaja Vichare Asanga. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, when Kirtan is going on, forget everything. Don't have any shame, shyness, embarrassment, hesitation. Jump in the Kirtan and dance. Nachi gao bhakta sangha karo sankirtan. Krishna nama pravatana tare bhuvan sarvajan. Mahaprabhu's guru told him, dance, sing, and be in sadhu sangha. Krishna nama upadeshi and tell everyone else to do the same thing. Krishna nama upadeshi tare sarvajan. And by this everyone will be delivered. This is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Have you read Chaitanya Charitamrita? Fully. Read again and again. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad, he said, Suryatam suryatam nityam Ghiyatam ghiyatam mudha Chintyatam chintyatam bhaktas chaitanya charitamritam. Listen, listen. Nitya, continuously, every day. Ghiyatam ghiyatam. Sing, sing with great joy. Mudha. Chintyatam chintyatam. Bhaktas, all devotees. Meditate. Deeply, deeply meditate. Chaitanya Charitamrita, on Chaitanya Charitamrita. In my life, I had the good fortune to have association of very high level Vaishnavas. My whole life, since I was very young. And I saw when they were just about to leave this world. If you ask, what should I do? Oh, they told me the same. Read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Our Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he said, if there's a catastrophe, like an earthquake or tsunami, and you have to leave your home and run for your life, then just grab Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. You don't need anything else. But if the water is getting higher and higher, and you cannot hold on to them, then you can let the Bhagavad Gita go. But if the situation gets very desperate, the water is up to here now, and you cannot swim, so it's very difficult. It's hard to say. It breaking my heart actually. But you let go Srimad Bhagavatam. But don't let go Chaitanya Charitamrita. Why? Because if Srimad Bhagavatam is lost on the basis of Chaitanya Charitamrita, then you can revive all the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. But if Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is lost on the basis of the Bhagavatam, you will not find the secrets, the nectar, the bhakti rasa which is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. You will not be able to revive it again. In the beginning of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, there, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is quoting from the Kadacha, that means the notes of Swarup Damodar Goswami, explaining the ontology of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Ladini Shakti Asmad Ekatmanavapi Bhuvi Pura Deha Vedam Gatoto Chaitanyakhyam Prakatham Maduna Tattvayam Chakyam Aptam Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupa. Who is Radhika? Radha is Krishna Pranaya Vikriti. The transformation. Pranay means love. But especially it means the empathy. Pranay is that level of prem where the lover and beloved feel that my body and your body are one, my heart and your heart are one, my mind and your heart are one, my senses and your senses are one. There's a vishwas, strong confidence. It's called pranay. The empathy, the sympathy for the feeling of another. One day, Krishna was sitting on the bank of Jamuna. He was thinking, I give joy to a whole universe. But who can give joy to me? Who will give happiness to me? So Krishna was feeling sorry for himself. So much sympathy for himself. And when he was thinking, who will give joy, who will give happiness to me? Then from his own heart manifested a beautiful Kishori from the left side. You see, Radhika is always on Krishna's left. Because closer to his heart. You see? Which side is your heart? Left side. It's to remind you of this. The love comes from Radhika, Krishna's loving potency comes from the left side. And that Kishori, Krishna looked and saw, everything I could ever want, everything I could possibly imagine, and all my dreams have come true in the form of this Kishori. And even all joy and all desires, even beyond my imagination, are there. And she ran towards him, impelled by deep love. So deep love is called Rag. And she ran. She runs is in Sanskrit Dhavati. So because Ra, impelled by Rag, deep love, Dha, Dhavati, she ran towards Krishna. So her name is Radha. So Radha Krishna Aichi Sada Ekai Swarup Leela Ras Ashwadite Dare Duhirup. Radha and Krishna are one Swarup, one nature, but they have two forms for the sake of tasting the rasa, the mellows of their pastimes. So here Swarup Damodar Goswami Pad is saying that Chaikyam Chaitanyakhyam Prakatham Aduna Tadvayam Chaikyam Aptam. Krishna is one, but his Ladini Shakti, pleasure potency, manifested separately in the form of Radha. But now these two forms have again become one. But this time there's a difference. The difference is when Radha and Krishna were two, Krishna was the Rasa Vishai, the object of all rasa. And Radhika was the Rasa Ashray. Krishna is the object of love, and Radhika is the abode of love. But now these two have again become one, and now Krishna is experiencing what it's like to be the Rasa Ashray, the shelter of love for himself. Because Krishna is famous by the name of Rasik Shekhar, the relisher of all rasa. But Vrindavan Bihari Shri Krishna is not full Rasik Shekhar, he's only half Rasik Shekhar. Because he relishes the half of rasa which is the object of love is entitled. But the rasa which the abode of love is entitled to, he does not know. So if some people believe in Krishna but not in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so then we have to tell them, oh, your Krishna is only half Rasik Shekhar. If you really believe that Krishna is fully Rasik Shekhar, then Krishna must have a form in which he does not relish half of the rasa but all of the rasa. The other half. And that is Radha Bhava Juti Suvalitam Nomi Krishna Surupam. There is Krishna Surup, one form of Krishna which is decorated with the golden complexion of Srimati Radhika and filled with Bhav, the ecstatic love of Radhika. Radha Bhava Juti Suvalitam Nomi Krishna Surupam. Just like yesterday we were in Berlin and there was a drama of Falvikrani, Krishna and the fruit seller. So the little girl who was playing Krishna came and gave me a mango. But this mango wasn't fully ripe, it was dark. So mangoes, when they're not fully ripe, they're dark. But when they become ripe, they become golden. So in the same way, the Prema Rasa in Krishna, in Shyam Sundar, not Paka, not fully ripe. And when Krishna himself realizes the depth of the love of Radharani, then the Prema Rasa is ripe and Krishna becomes golden. Now the rasa is Paka. Krishna is little kacha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. He has come to realize the prema of Radhika and incidentally distribute Radha Dasyam, the service of Radhika, to all the living entities. So Sri Krishna, he said, Apani kare mo bhakt bhavayangi kare, apani achari bhakti shikamu sabari, apani nakaila dharma sikananaye, eto siddhanta gita bhagavat gaye. Krishna said, I will appear in this world in the mood of a devotee and I will show everyone how to practice devotional service by my own example. Because if you give a teaching to someone but you yourself, you're not practicing, your words will have no power. You have a gun but you have only blank bullets. You are speaking bang 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 but nothing happened. Shooting blank bullets. When we are practicing ourselves, then when we speak, our words go in the heart and change others. So Krishna was thinking, I came in this world, I told everyone, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Everyone, leave all dharma, surrender to me. But who is listening? I myself, I never did it. So I have to come as a devotee. Then when I do it, everyone will listen to me. When I say this, they'll listen. Understand? So, one should hear the nectar of Gaura Lila, and in this Gaura Lila, all Krishna Lila will come. Chaitanya Lila Amritapur, Krishna Lila Sukarpur, Dui mili hoi sumadur, Dui mili hoi sumadur. Sadhu Guru Prasade, Tharade Ashwade, Sehi Jani Madhurya Prachurya. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, he said that Gaura Lila is like condensed milk, like a rabri, very delicious. And Krishna Lila is like camphor, karpur. And if you put some camphor in the condensed milk, then it becomes so sweet. So, in this way, Sadhu Guru Prasade, by the mercy of Gurudev, by the mercy of pure sadhus only, they cause us to experience this mixture of Krishna Lila and Gaura Lila. And those who taste it, say Jane, Madhurya Prachur, only they come to realize the Prachur, abundant sweetness. When our sweet Sachinandan Gaurahari was staying in Jagannath Puri, every day he used to go to the ocean to take bath. He used to go to the Jagannath temple to take darshan. He used to come back to Kashi Mishra Bhavan and small room there, the Gambira. He used to honor prasadam. Every day his life was very regulated. But internally, he was completely absorbed in Radha-Krishna's pastimes. Snana darashana bhojan, deha swabhav hoy, kumarera chokajena satata pirai. This is the example. Mahaprabhu is showing us by his own example what it means to do bhajan. He's giving the example here. Kumarera chokajena satata pirai. If a potter wants to make a pot, then first of all he takes the big stone, the big round stone, and starts to get the stone spinning around. So then once it's spinning, it's heavy. Once it starts going, then he can let go. And he can put his clay there and 2 hands are free, he can make the pot. And the wheel is turning by itself. So bhajan is like that. Snana darashana bhojan deya swabhavai. How Mahaprabhu was waking up, taking bath, going to the temple, taking prasadam. It was like the turning of the potter's wheel. Deya swabhav. It was going on by itself, outwardly. And inside, his hands are free to be absorbed in the remembrance of Radha Krishna's Vrindavan. This is bhajan. So the Shukshma Shariya, Ling Shariya, Linga Bhang must be dissolved. There are a few sanskars just left in the chitta by which the body gets up and walks around and goes here and there, takes a shower, takes rest, goes to the bathroom. Like the body is going, but inside, always remembering Astakali Lila, 24 hours a day and serving. This is bhajan. Mahaprabhu has shown by his own example. One morning, he went to the arati of Lord Jagannath. And there he came and leaning on the Garuda Stamba, he did not see Baladev and Subhadra. He just saw Jagannath. And looking, even he did not see Jagannath like this with short arms and legs. He saw Shama Sundar. Pratame nahi tumi sakshat Brajanjananda. You are not a deity. You are directly the son of Nanda Maharaj. And Mahaprabhu was drinking the beauty of the Krishna in Vrindavan. Just then, one old lady, she was too short, she could not see over the crowd. So she started to climb up the people to try to see. And she climbed up Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and stood on his shoulder. And then the servant of Mahaprabhu, Govinda, he came and grabbed her. He said, "Hey, Adibasi." He said, "Hey, get down, what are you doing?" And pulled her down. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came out from his vision, his trance of vision of the beauty of Vrindavan and told Govinda, "Hey, what are you doing? You are Adibasi." That means like aborigine, uncultured, uncivilized person. What kind of jungle person are you? You have no civilization or customs or etiquette. Why did you take her down? That lady was embarrassed because she never thought I'm climbing on a sannyasi. She just she was just eager to see Lord Jagannath. And she gave pranam to Mahaprabhu. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Mahaprabhu said, oh, I would be very fortunate if I had eagerness like you. I want to have eagerness to see Krishna like you. Then Mahaprabhu went back to the Gambhira, to the house of Kashi Mishra, the guru of King Pratipuruja Maharaj. And he was there, he was with his close associates. Swarup Damodar and Roy Ramananda. Mahaprabhu is Krishna, he is trying to realize Radhika's mood. So, how can he realize Radhika's mood without the help of Lalita and Vishaka? So Lalita has become Swarup Damodar Goswami and Vishaka has become Ramananda Rai. They've come to help Krishna in this era. Now, since the vision of Mahaprabhu was broken by that incident, he was feeling so much separation. And keeping his arms around his associates, he opened his heart and began to speak. Saundaryam mrita sindhu bhangalalana chittasya samplavaka kananandi sanamaramya vachanam kotim dusitangika saurabhyamrita samplavaraka jagat piyusharamyadara sago Gopendra Suta Sakashviti Balat Panchindriyanyaline. Speaking in the mood of Radharani, he said, the chitta, the consciousness of us gopis of Vrindavan is huge, very high and immovable, like a mountain. But the beauty of Krishna has such high waves. Can you imagine that such a tidal wave will come that it will cover the Himalayas? The waves of Krishna's beauty are like that. And the consciousness of us Brajagopis, though high like a mountain, becomes submerged completely in the Saundarya, Amrita, the nectar of Shri Krishna's beauty. Kananandi snamaramya vachanam. And we hear the sweetness of his words. Radhika is walking with Lalita. Lalita said, be careful. That very dangerous boy is coming. Don't talk to him. Durte Barajanda Tanaye Tanushushtabam Yamma Dakshina Baba Kalankini. Oh Kalankini, Radhika? You know Kalankini? Listen to my advice. Krishna is a rogue, he's a cheater. Don't look at him, don't be submissive to him. I'm telling you this, it's for your benefit. Listen to me, I have experience. Lalita has more experience than Radharani. She's older. 27 days older. She can give advice to Radhika. So Radhika is trying to be calm and control herself. But when Krishna comes and says, oh, only seeing your face, the moon became ashamed and thought, I am not beautiful. So he went to do tapasya to the forest on the bank of the Ganges, where the hair of Lord Shiva, his jata is like a forest. And the Ganges is flowing there on the head of Lord Shiva. And the moon is there also. So Krishna said, but the moon in the hair of Lord Shiva is thin. So Krishna said, the moon has become thin, doing austerities in the forest on the bank of the Ganges, on the head of Lord Shiva, doing austerities to become as beautiful as your face. Radharani is trying to be serious, but hearing this, she cannot control us. Oh, Saki, help me. Help me. Holding the hand of Lalita. Help me, I cannot. Oh, Lalita, you taught me 100 ways how to frown. How to frown. You know frowning? With eyebrows like this. Frowning means when the eyebrows go, it means you're angry when your eyebrows go like this. Radhika said, "Oh Lalita, you taught me 100 different ways of frowning. I practiced them in front of a mirror. But now Krishna has come and the nectar of his words goes in my ear. I've forgotten all of these ways." Saundaryamrita Sindhu Mangalana Chitta Trida Samplavaka Kana Nandi Sanama Ramya Vachana Kautindu Sikangika. And the touch of Sri Krishna is more cooling than millions of moons. Saurabhyamrita Samplavavata Jagat. And the fragrance of Krishna's body, which is like a mixture of aguru, ud, aguru, chandan, sandalwood, camphor, and blue lotus flower, and kumkum mixed together. If you can imagine how fragrant that is. Krishna's natural fragrance is more beautiful than that. And when Gopi smells that fragrance, it goes in and she can never forget it. It's as if the whole universe has become pervaded. Wherever she goes, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And the nectar of Shri Krishna's lips is incomparable. So Radharani said, I looked at Krishna and when I saw him, I fainted in ecstasy. Why? Because what is the function of your mind? The function of your mind is prioritizing your perceptions. You see? If you are looking at something, someone's talking to you, you're watching something, but you don't hear them. Your ears are open, but you don't hear what they... Oh, excuse me, what did you say? Huh? Well, I'm talking and you're listening. Huh? But then someone comes and you look over there and then you don't hear. So, the mind has the function in Nyaya Shastra of giving priority to one sense or another sense. What you're looking at, or what you're listening to, or what you're tasting, or smelling. So that's what the mind does. It prioritizes attention on one sense at a time. But Radharani is saying that Krishna is so beautiful that his beauty was catching all of my senses at the same time and pulling them towards him. Sagopendra Sakarshati Balat, by force. That means by force. His beauty was grabbing all 5 of my senses and dragging them towards him. And so my mind was like a horse with 5 riders sitting on the back, trying to ride the horse in 5 different directions at the same time. And what happened then? The poor horse collapsed. So in the same way, my senses were pulling my mind in 5 directions at the same time, so I fainted. This is how Radhika experiences the beauty of Krishna. And now, Krishna was in the mood of Radhika, and when he came to the Jagannath temple and looked at Lord Jagannath and had darshan, this is what happened to him. Because he's experiencing Radha Bhava Jyoti Suvalitam Monomi Krishna Swarupa. When you have darshan of Krishna, do you experience this? This is darshan. This is what it means, darshan. Mahaprabhu is showing by his own example, Apani Karimu Bhakta Bhava Amritari, Apani Achari Bhakti. I will show you what is real bhakti. How to practice, how to live the life of bhajan. So when Mahaprabhu came back from the temple to the Mandir, he sat with his 2 friends, Swarab Damdar and Rai Ramananda, and he was opening his heart and saying this. Later, with his associates, he went out to walk in the gardens along the shore of the ocean in Jagannath Puri. In those days, it was not so urbanized, and there were many old gardens around, along the ocean, all around. What is the Siddhabakul where Haridas Thakur was staying. It was the beach, and many flower gardens and beautiful trees. And Mahaprabhu was walking through there. What happened? Payurase stire spurad Upavanali kalanaya Muhu brindaranya smarana Janita prema vivasha Kochit Krishnavarti prachala rasano bhakti rasika Sachaitanya kirme punara pridisho yashriti padam. Rupa Goswami was there, he saw it. And he has described what happened. He said, when Mahaprabhu saw the gardens on the shore of the ocean, he thought the ocean was Yamuna. He thought that the gardens were Vrindavan and became prema vivash. That means helpless, completely overwhelmed by prema. Bana deki bana hoye, ei Vrindavan. Shaila deki mana hoye, ei Govardhan. Yaha nadi deki taha mone kolinde. Mahaprema veshi prabhu, nache pore kande. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami Pad said, when Mahaprabhu would see a forest, it was Uddipana. That means that which inflames your love. Uddipana. And so it struck his heart and he began to have this Spurti, the vision of Vrindavan. When he saw a hill, like Chatak Parvat, it was Uddipana, inflamed his heart. And he began to have this Spurti, the vision of Giriraj Govardhan. When he saw a river or the ocean, he thought it was Kalindi. Mahapremavesh, and became absorbed in great prema, Nachi Pare Kande. And he would dance and sing and fall on the ground and become unconscious. It looks like unconscious, but he's becoming actually more conscious even. Because he's entering into the Vrindavan. He's becoming more conscious of Vrindavan Leela. So as Mahaprabhu was walking through the garden, he saw the various flowers and trees. And it reminded him, because he was feeling separation from Krishna. He was searching. Kaha mura pranunato murali badan kaham karam kampa brajendra nandan kohore koi bakeba jani mura duko brajendra nandan binu pati mura buka. Where is the son of Nanda Maharaj who plays upon his flute? Where can I go? What can I do to find him? O Saki, to whom can I speak and express the extent of my disappointment? Without the son of Nanda Maharaj, my heart is breaking. So in this way, in separation, Mahaprabhu was wondering. And he began to speak to the trees and to the flowers. Where is Krishna? And he became absorbed. At this moment, he was not absorbed in Radha Bhav. He was absorbed in Sakhi Bhav. The mood of the Sakhis, the friends of Radhika. Why? Because Krishna has promised, I will come to this world, I will teach bhakti by my own example. So if you only be always in Radha Bhav, then how will he teach you? Because you cannot be Radharani. We have a possibility to be a Nitya Sakhi. Nitya Sakhi of Radhika. Among them there are the Manjiris. Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Lapanga Manjari, Mani Manjari. They are the Nitya Sakhis. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is teaching by his own example. Now he is not in Radhika's mood, he is in the mood of Sakhis. But during the Rasa Leela, when Krishna disappeared from the Rasa Leela, taking Radharani with him. So in the heart of Radhika, in the heart of Mahaprabhu, he is thinking, where is Krishna? Oh, Krishna has taken Radharani. And Mahaprabhu, to teach us, is in the mood of a Sakhi of Radhika, looking here and there. Krishna, Krishna. Mahaprabhu began to sing the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. He said, Chuta Priyal Pasanasana Kovidara Jambaka Bilva Bakalam Rakadamba Nipa Yene Parata Bhavata Yamanopukula Sangshantu Krishna Padavim Rahikatmanam Naha. Moonlit night in the Sharad season. The rasa dance had begun, but mysteriously Krishna has disappeared. Gopis have become mad and talking to the trees. Chuta or mango tree, Chuta, Pasanasana tree, Kovida tree, Jambarta Bilva, Jambu tree, that means rose apple tree. Have you seen Krishna? Even Arka. Arka is a very small plant with no fruits or anything. It shows the humility of God. They're even asking the humble Arka plant, please help us. Have you seen Krishna? Because Yamano Pakula, you are all sadhus. Because you live on the bank of Jamuna. Sadhu does dambas, lives in a holy place. So you trees, you are all sadhus living on the bank of Jamuna. And sadhus are very kind. And you trees are very tall also, you can look for long distances. We cannot see. So please be kind to us and tell us, where did Krishna go? Because Krishna has stolen our hearts and we have to find him to get our heart back. So Mahaprabhu was speaking to the trees like this. And completely absorbed in the mood of a Saki. But the trees did not give an answer. Why? Because the trees, Brikshaha, they are male. They are male. So then the Sakis were thinking, any man cannot understand the soft heart of a woman. You see, these trees are so big, but fruit is so small. That means they're not very generous. And they're male, they don't understand what pain we are feeling. So we should not ask them. And then the Saki saw Tulsi. So let's ask her, she's female. And she was right, remember? Yes. Gopi said, Kajit Tulasi Kalyani Govinda Charana Priye Sahatwali Kula Vibrat Drishastete Priyachuta. Oh Tulsi, you are very dear to Govinda, always on his lotus feet. And he's wearing a garland made of your manjuris also. So please tell us, have you seen him? Tell us where he went. But silence, no answer. Sakis thought, oh, what does she know about separation? She doesn't know, she's always on the feet of Krishna. She's on his chest in the form of a garland. So though she's female and she's kind, but she doesn't know the pain of separation because Tulsi is always on the feet of Krishna. And also, by the touch of Krishna, she's in so much ecstasy, she cannot hear what we're saying. So she cannot help us. So just then, gopis were going further into the forest. This is what? Chaitanya Leela Mritapur, Krishna Leela Sukarpur, Krishna Leela and Gora Leela mixed together. On one hand, Gora, Krishna is in Satibhav wandering through the garden in Puri and saying these verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. And internally he is experiencing, I am a Saki, I am searching for Krishna. Sumadhur, extremely sweet. So then Mahaprabhu, or we can say the Sakis, they said, Apyena patyapagata priyayeva gatrais Tanvangrisham sakisu nibrita achyatova Kantanga sanga kucha kunkuma ranjitaya Kula kundastraja kulapate apivati gandaha. The gopis saw one female deer in the forest. Female deer, you know, like a Bambi. Yeah? So, the gopis, the Sakis saw one female deer and said, oh, to each other, Saki, look, this deer must have seen Krishna walking this way with his beloved, with Radhika. Why? Because the deer has very big eyes and dilated pupils. You know? If someone is in ecstasy, if someone takes drugs or anything, then the eyes become like this. Huh? So seeing the big eyes of the deer, then the Sakis and the Manjaris of Radhika, they think, must have seen Radha and Krishna. Why? Because when the Manjaris look at Radha and Krishna, they become intoxicated like that. Drinking their So Sarva Bhuteshu Yapasyat Bhavamatmanaha. It is said those who are Mahabhagavat, they see their own mood in everyone else. They think, I have no love, but they think everyone else loves in the same mood that they have the love. So seeing the big eyes, you know, the deer in the forest, they eat these herbs that make them intoxicated. So that is very big eyes. But because they see their own love in the deer, they're thinking, look at the big eyes of this deer. Must have drank the sweetness of Radha and Krishna. Yeah? The deer can help us. Why? Because they know that these female deer, they are married. But Danyas Mamudagati Upiarinya Ita Yananda Nandan Upakta Vichitravesham Akana Vena Rahitam Sar Krishna Sara Pujam Dadovi Ratitam Pranayavalokai. In about 9 chapters early in Srimad Bhagavatam, Gopis are saying, just look, when Krishna plays his flute, then the female deer, they leave their husbands and they go to Krishna. But they're so lucky the husbands are not upset. If our husbands see us going to Krishna, they'll beat us with a stick. So Dhanyas Mamuddagatyo, the deer are very, very fortunate. And the deer also Mriga Nayani. Mriga means deer, and gopis are called Mriga Nayani. They have big eyes like deer. So because they have similar eyes, and because they're thinking these deer are like us in Parakya Rasa. The deer are like us in Parakya. They run away from their husbands to go to Krishna. So the deer are like our Sakis. So this deer can help us. So the gopis saw the deer, and the deer was looking towards them, and then looking this way. And looking towards them, and looking this way. One of the Manjaris said, Saki, the deer is going to help us. Follow that deer. So then the deer was trotting along into the forest. And the Manjaris were following behind. So then they got to a particular, the deer stopped at one kunj. And then those Sakis thought, perhaps Radha and Krishna are there in this kunj. And then suddenly the deer looked around and sprang away. You know, they're very fast. Disappeared into the darkness of the forest. One Saki said, Krishna must have told that deer, I am going in this kunj to enjoy my pastimes with Radharani. Don't tell anyone. But now this deer, out of kindness to us, has brought us to the kunj where Radha and Krishna were meeting. Now the deer became afraid that, oh, if Krishna knows that I brought you here, I'll be in trouble, so I have to go. See you later. And that deer quickly ran away. So Kantanga Sangha Kuchukunkama Ranjitaya Kundasraja Kulapataya Apivati Gandha. So the gopis came close to that kunj. And one gopi could smell the fragrance Kantanga Sangha Kuja Kunkuma Ranjitaya means the Radharani decorates her chest with kumkum made from the keshar, the pollen of flowers, very red and very fragrant. And so when she embraces Sri Krishna, then this kumkum becomes mixed, rubbed onto the garland of Krishna. So first the gopis smell, Radhika will see, I can smell the fragrance of her kumkum. Then another Sakhi said, I can smell the fragrance of the kunda flowers in Krishna's garland. So gopis, they have very, very elevated senses. You know? If you smell, in Vrindavan there are many white flowers. Malati, Madhavi, Molasri, Kunda. There are many different types of white flowers and small. But they all have slightly different fragrance. So if you smell the fragrance, you may not be able to detect which flower it is. But gopis can not only detect what type of flower it is, but from the smell they can tell whether this flower is on the bush. Remember, Vrindavan is full of flowers everywhere. Right? But their nose is also sensitive. They can tell whether this flower is on the bush or whether this flower has been picked and separated from the bush. And so it's in a garland. So then, the gopis could tell the fragrance that this was a kunda flower, which was not on the bush, and it was mixed with the fragrance of chatusam, the four substances that we mentioned before. That Krishna's body is fragrance is like, plus fifth one is a blue lotus. And this was mixed together. And they could smell that fragrance. And then they could smell the fragrance of Radhika's kumkum and the fragrance of Krishna's garland together. So as the gopis were taking that, apivati gandha means, oh Saki, on the breeze the fragrance is coming. Kantanga sangha kucha kumkumaranjitaya kundasraja kulapate apivati gandha. And they smell. And when they smell the fragrance of Radhika, they have spurti. Because it's udipana, remember? We were explaining. Udipana, when something connected with Krishna or Radhika touches, it causes a spurti vision. So by the udipana of the fragrance of Radhika, in separation of Sakis in their heart, they saw Radhika. So beautiful. And then, when they smelled the fragrance of Krishna's garland of kunda flowers, it was udipana, and they had the spurti, the vision of Krishna. And then they smelled the fragrance of Radhika's kumkum and Krishna's garland mixed together. They're smelling both fragrances at the same time. And as they smelled this fragrance, they had this spurti, the vision of Radha and Krishna embracing. That means the kumkum is mixing now with the fragrance of his garland. Now mixing is of two types. One type of mixing is called Shankar Bhav. You know? Like Shankar Acharya, everything mixes. Everything becomes one. So Shankar Bhav is also called, in logic, Nir Chir Nyay, the logic of Nir and Chir, water and milk. So if you get water and milk and you pour them together, now you cannot see the difference. So that's why in Vrindavan they can cheat you by selling you the watered down milk. In Vrindavan. You have to be careful. Even say, I want to see you milk the cow. They say, look, I'll milk the cow in front of you. But they already put water in the bucket. If the next day you go say, I want to look in the bucket first. Then they, by injection, they inject the water into the udder of the cow before the milk. So once the milk and the water is mixed together, you cannot see it. It's not visible to you. That's called Shankar Bhav. Or Nirak Chir Nay, the logic of the milk and the water. And the other type of mixing is called Samavai Bhav. Samavaibhav. And this logic is called Til Tandu Nyai. The logic of rice and sesame seed. Rice is white and sesame seed is white. If you mix them together in a bowl, they mix together, it's hard to see. But if you look close, you can say, oh, this is rice and this is the sesame seed. So they're mixed, but still you can detect the difference. So that is called the Samavaibhav or Til Tandu Nyai. So when the Braj Gopis, they're searching for Radha and Krishna, the deer brought them there, then ran away. Then smelling the fragrance of Radhika, they saw the sporty of Vrishabhanu Nandini. And then smelling the fragrance of the garland of Krishna, they had the vision of Sri Krishna. And then smelling the fragrances mixed together, first in Samavaibhav, they had the vision of Radha Krishna embracing. And then Nikunja Vilas. And then the fragrance is fully mixed together into the Shankar Bhav. And the gopis had spurti of Gauranga. That is Gauranga. So, great acharyas, they have this experience. First, they are engaged in Nam Sankirtan, loud Sankirtan. And mind is destroyed. Then they experience a great light. And in that light, they see Radha and Krishna. And they begin to realize that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is none different from Radha Krishna's Vrindavan Nikunja Vilas. And then when the kirtan goes very deep, then they see Radha Krishna become and his Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So never see any difference between this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, between Harinam Sankirtan and Radha Gopinath's Nikunj Vilas and the Leela of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sadhu Guru Prasade Chare Ye Ashwade. By the mercy of Guru and by the mercy of Sadhus, those who taste the mixture of this Gaura Lila and Radha Krishna Lila, only they come to know the abundant sweetness of Prem. So then, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he saw some trees that were bowing down with the weight of their fruit. And another verse of Srimad Bhagavatam came in his heart. Bahu Priyanks Upadaya Grihita Padmo Ramanujato Lusikari Kulad Madandhe and Riyamana Apivas Taravo Pranamam Kimvabi Nandati Charan Pranayavalokai. Now he's absorbed in the mood of the Sakis and seeing Radha Krishna's Leela. Their union pastime is now over, and they got up and they're going for a walk in the forest. Now, the Sakis have not found Radha and Krishna, but only the Uddipanas are giving them the experience of the Leela. Understand? In separation. Because Radha-Krishna Pranamura Jugala Kishora Jivane Marani Gati Aranahi Mura. Natandas Thakur, the incarnation of a Champak Manjari. For such Manjaris, such Nitya Sakis of Radhika, the meeting of Radha Krishna is their life and soul, it is their everything. And so when they're searching, the Udipana of the forest of Vrindavan is giving them the visions of Radha Krishna, Milan. Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna Yugala Milan. So now Mahaprabhu is experiencing this. Why? To teach us. Because this is our heart's desire to attain that position of Radha Dasya. So seeing the trees bowing down, then what Mahaprabhu said to explain tomorrow. Gaur Premanand. cannot do kirtan after 9 o'clock because of the neighbors. I just stop. So, if it gave pain, when the katha stops, if you feel pain, forgive me. Please forgive me.
Mm.